AI is just a tool. Its practical uses, ethical uses, creative uses, and some misconceptions that we have about AI is what I'm going to talk about in today's video. And by the end, we will look at what's coming up in the future. So AI is like a hammer. Like a hammer is used to drive a nail in the wall, there's nothing violent about that. A hammer can be used to cause a lot of destruction. Similarly, AI as a tool is not inherently good or bad, but its impact depends on exactly how it's used. Some of my oldest experiences of AI remind me of that paperclip. You remember when using Windows XP, it used to come up and ask, what do you want to do? That was probably the most rudimentary form of AI that I can remember. Then came spell check, which was great. You could misspell words, and with the click of a button, you could correct those spellings. And now we have complex LLMs, large language models, ChatGPT, generative predictive transformers that can determine what you're going to say before you say it. But this is all based on data. People have said those sentences in that same sequence of words. That is why it's able to predict what's coming up next. So what I'm trying to do here is cook up a bit of a recipe and explain to you how it's all come together and how you can use AI for good. Most people these days use ChatGPT, which is a common large language model. There are others as well. You have Gemini, Meta, Claude, and now even Grok. Whether it's writing and refining emails, responding to text messages, one of the things that I've been using it for a long time is respond to my ex. Everybody else I respond to organically from my heart. But when I have to write to my ex, I have to be careful because if I say something that bothers her, it's not going to be any good for either one of us. So I keep it simple, non-confrontational, and empathetic. Because when you're finding it difficult to communicate with someone, getting a little bit of help from AI can be really useful. I have sat in front of a computer writing an email for half an hour. Now that I have AI, I can just pour my thoughts into it and ask it to write that email for me. That sort of communication is simply transactional. You just need to get it done. Cover all the points and move on. So AI has become this companion, coach, therapist, or even a friend, a business partner, or a mentor. What happens when you say please when talking to human beings? They respond better. You are being nice, so it's likely that you will get that reciprocity. ChatGPT, Claude, etc., all these LLMs are based on data. If there is data that suggests that saying please yields to a better response, that is why, in my opinion, ChatGPT will give you better answers if you say please. It's not that when AI takes over, it'll be nice to you just because you said please. I don't believe AI is anywhere near taking over the world. A lot of people are using LLMs as a conscience, making sure that what they're saying, what they're writing is correct, is okay. Some of that I'm comfortable with, but some of that bothers me. And it bothers me because people start not believing in themselves, not just say what they feel like and be able to respond rather than to react. Yes, something like ChatGPT can help you take that reaction and convert that more into a measured response. But if you keep doing that all the time, you will be in social situations where you won't know what to say. So there is a balance to be struck there. And it's important to be consciously aware of how much of your words are being filtered or censored when you put it through an LLM. When ChatGPT came out, I was really fascinated by it. The first question I asked it was, what are you? I don't remember the response, how it worked, it explained what it does. And since then, my visits to Google have been few and far in between. If I have a question in my mind, I get an answer from LLM, which gives me a more detailed and comprehensive response rather than just a list of search results. And it can help in the creative process. You can come up with ideas, refine them, but it's important that dependence doesn't become too much. Because if you are getting something like ChatGPT to refine every single thought that you have, you might be spending more time refining than to actually just coming up with those ideas and sharing them. So AI can hamper creativity, but it can be a useful ally when it comes to just that bit of refining. Use it for idea refinement rather than idea creation, if absolutely necessary. I personally am moving away from using ChatGPT and AI to write my content and try to speak from the heart as much as I can. AI will play it safe most likely from my opinion. I haven't been asking any risky questions of AI, so I wouldn't know. But if you ask the AI about how you can approach a risky situation, chances are you will get a very measured and safe response. They say no risk, no game. So does that mean that if you ask AI questions about something that is risky, it's inability to encourage you to take risks could hamper your growth and progress? Perhaps. Human beings have been making decisions, choosing well before LLM, and they did a pretty good job of it. Now that LLM exists, people can be a bit too measured, not express themselves, and not take as many risks as they used to. This could hamper the creative process. Sometimes AI can be quite self-fulfilling. You ask it a question, this is what I'm thinking, this is how I'm going to do this. It might just reassure you whatever you're thinking is correct. It will rarely challenge your way of approaching something. If you ask it what to do, it'll tell you. The biggest principle to keep in mind when dealing with AI is garbage in equals garbage out. You feed it bad data, you get bad data in return. Honestly, believing is seeing. That's more important than seeing is believing. If you believe something, you will see it. Perspective is everything. People believe that AI is always right and it keeps learning about you or it'll take over the world. Some of these things are misconceptions. AI can make mistakes. AI is not going to take over the world. And yes, AI learns a thing or two about you when you communicate with it, but most of that knowledge stays confined to that single conversation that you're having with it. It may take from some of the responses that you have exchanged in the past, but not to a significant amount, unless you specifically train an AI to learn and absorb specific learnings from interactions that you're having with it. AI sometimes give you nonsense answers or even choose to not respond. So it has limitations. Sometimes the servers get overloaded or it just doesn't understand the content and the context. Both aspects are important. So whenever you are prompting AI, some of these rules that are important to follow are that it's inherently effective and playing roles. So the first thing you want to do is tell AI about what role you want it to play. Then give it the content, give it the context, tell it why it's important for you to know the answer to the question that you're trying to answer and what effect it'll have. Give it examples. Give it some other ideas to support you the best it can. So all of that background information that you have in your mind, tell it so that it can give you a more wholesome response. When it comes to utilizing AI for day-to-day use, it's important that you use it for good. You use it for something that actually helps. I have started an agency which helps businesses do more of what they love and less of what they don't. What I'm trying to do is empower the people who work in these businesses so they do not waste or spend too much time on activities that are mundane, repetitive, and onerous. Every business that I work with, people are doing the creative stuff. They do what they genuinely love and don't have to do repetitive data entry tasks or analysis that AI can do. If you think AI can do it, AI can do it. Chances are it has already done it and you just don't know about it, or you're not willing to pay to get that software to alleviate that burden off your shoulders. Now that information is available at our fingertips, simple activities that can be automated are being automated. What does the future look like? Have you seen the film Wall-E, where you have people just sitting around getting overweight and obese and not have much to do? Or a future like Ready Player One, where it's always a fight for survival and everybody is stuck in these virtual worlds? What do you see the future looking like? Do share your views in the comments and let's get this conversation started about how we see AI helping us or hindering us. We have already started seeing people losing their jobs. Software engineers used to write code. Now AI writes the code. So one thing that's happening with the advent of AI, which is different from something like the Industrial Revolution, is that it's the white collar jobs that are going first. Office-based desk jobs, which are mundane, which are repetitive, are being automated. So AI is something that will empower people to do more with the time that they have. So it is important that you find that creative spark in the work that you do. You find what you really love doing and then double down on it. Let AI do the boring, mundane, repetitive stuff while you do the creative, lovely, innovative stuff. And that's how we genuinely use AI as a tool.